Writer's block. Don't you love it when you're in the middle of a project and writer's block just comes on in, sits in your lap, and basically stops your productivity? Don't you wish you could just step right up to it and slap the piss out of it? Well, today I'm going to go over with you a few tips and tricks that I use when I encounter writer's block. And hopefully you could take something from this and incorporate it into your writing regimen. Before we get going, I just want you to know that if you do encounter writer's block, it doesn't mean you suck. Writer's block doesn't mean you're a bad writer, and it doesn't mean you're unimaginative. From A to Z, top to bottom, everybody has experienced writer's block, so you're not alone. Let me introduce myself before we get going. I'm Rodney S. Owens. I'm the published author of 4 poetry books on Amazon, available in paperback and ebook. So if you're interested, feel free to stop by and check them out. Now, when you're in the clutches of writer's block, for me, when I encounter it, the first thing I do, I would just step away. I'll back up from it and I'll go for a walk. I'm not worried about my project going anywhere because I just put it on a back burner inside my head. And I just go for a walk, clear my mind, get some fresh air. And that usually kind of breaks things up a little bit. Also, if you're like me, you'll probably have more than one project going on at the same time. So let's say you're working on a poem, and you're also working on a short story about a haunted house. Well, I'll leave my poem and I'll go work on my short story. It kind of helps keep the creative juices flowing so it doesn't get too stagnant. And while I'm writing on this, sometimes some stuff will get knocked loose that I could apply to the poem I was working on to begin with. So that seems to help in a way, which is also really good, that you might want to try. If let's say you're working on a poem, especially if it rhymes. Now don't laugh at this one. It's worked in the past. If I'm working on a rhyming poem and I get stuck, I'll try getting a beat in my head, a rhythm, and I'll sing it to myself. Yeah, to thyself I shall sing. I'll sing it to myself, and that works a lot of times also, I've noticed in the past. And that one I've always stuck to. Yeah, it helps with the poetry big time. Now, in going forward, before you start a project, if you're like me, you're very observant. I'm constantly writing stuff down. I'm constantly looking and watching. No matter what pops into my head, I jot it down on paper, because in the future, when you're writing in the future, it might come in handy with the ideas in case you encounter writer's block. And it doesn't matter what you write it on, a napkin, a Post-it. Hell, I was in a restroom one time and I had half a poem written down on toilet paper. I mean, granted, I had to use the toilet paper, but that's okay. It was a shitty poem anyway. Sorry, just kidding. But seriously, anything that crosses your mind, jot it down. Now, you might be asking, Rodney, how do you get these ideas and inspirations? I thought you would never ask. Thank you very much. Like I said, I'm really observant, and if I need inspiration for writing something, especially for poetry, my first stop I do is I'll look inside myself. I go off my emotions. If I'm happy, I try to figure out what's making me happy. Who's making me happy? What's going on in my life that is making me feel these emotions? If I'm sad, what's going on? If I'm upset, who am I upset at? Just get down and dirty and write that shit down. And it's very therapeutic, that, especially when it comes to being upset and angry, you just write it down and whoa, I just wrote a poem. I need therapy. But seriously, just start inside yourself and work off your emotions. My second really go-to one that I do all the time, and don't tell anybody, that I'm a people watcher. Not hiding in the bush being all creepy and stuff like that, but when I'm out and about, like at the mall or the store, I just watch people. And I just watch their interactions, and inside my head, I'll make up little scenarios of what they're doing there at that place. But so yeah, people watching is a really big one. And again, go for a walk. Just go outside and check out nature for inspiration. Just breathe, look around, and ask nature questions. Say, why are those leaves different colors? What are those squirrels up in the tree doing with their nuts? Don't answer that. I don't want to know. But be real observant with nature also, and you could get inspiration that way. Music. I find music is a real inspirating factor when it comes to creating ideas, because music to me sets the atmosphere, if that makes sense. Let's say I want to write something, but I don't know where to start or where to go. You could play The Cure or the Sisters of Mercy, and it sets the atmosphere, and that, to me, that really gets the wheels turning. You could do Slayer and Megadeth to just get that aggressive atmosphere going, to write some shit down. And like Bad Religion or Black Flag, to get the energy really pumping, and that really gets the wheels rolling. And to me, that helps with getting through writer's block and hopefully avoiding it. Hopefully this all made sense, and maybe in the future I'll get better at these videos, but hopefully what we talked about today will help you out in your writing journey. And the number one thing I would really like for you to take away from this is to just don't give up. If you hit writer's block, try one of these tricks, or if you use a different way to get through it that I didn't mention, just go ahead and leave that in the comments, and I might incorporate that in my writing regimen. But yeah, the main thing is just don't give up. You're not alone when it comes to writer's block. And you could hit like and subscribe if you want. If not, that's cool. Feel free to stop by anytime and check out what kind of shit I got going on next. So I thank you very much for watching this, and I'll catch you in the next video.